Ben, Cyco, Ben. Hi guys, this is yet another episode of the Cyco podcast. This is season 2, episode 3. And you know, the first episode in season 2 we had Moji. We're talking about
and Baraka,
how we grew up, and the other guy. And then in episode 2 we had guys sending their questions for these amazing, beautiful women. These relationship coaches from Philippines. They got a chance to answer. So I hope the same issues that are affecting men in Asia are the same. Otherwise, your advice to Luapea was work. It's like, you know, they're trying to apply some of those things and they're like, this advice does not apply in your country.
It doesn't work.
It's like Spotify, yeah. So, how have you guys been, man?
All things considered, pandemic, good.
Yeah. What happened to umetupa watu sana?
Wapi?
Kila mahali. Hata umenitupa by the way. Kila mahali.
No. Hello from this other side.
What other side?
No, sorry. Me, I've been good, just navigating a pandemic.
Yeah.
But we made it to December. I'm still waiting for a holiday, friends.
Yeah.
We're not doing any holiday, are we?
Over and over.
If anyone wants to take us on a holiday, we do holidays every December.
We actually do, but this is the Kwangusha.
Yeah.
Wanjiru is always. In fact, last year we had this trip that we were planning, all of us.
And
some people, I won't even look at them. I won't even dare. What confirmed this so late? So by the time to look at tunaenda,
please bring up your issue.
Yes. Me, I was just salvaging the situation. Guys, let me just tell you the story. Tulikuwa tumepanga kwenda coast. Wow, with amazing guys from Cargo Holidays. Then kina Nyawira are still not yet decided. You know, Nyawira is always 50-50 about everything. I'm sure Anajuliza, should she comment, should she not? Should she interject? Should she change? Should she, you know? So tukachelewa kubook SGR for flights. So what option did we have remaining?
A bus.
And the trailer. But I saved the day. The only option that were available kupanda trailer is Zamaka. You know, that's what guys do at Mlalongo.
Even bus, atungeza kupata poa.
No, we went to that. Tahmid was a good bus.
Akina kumbuka hiyo siku.
River
Road.
I didn't even give you guys the best option. Because
guys were booked. I love he was expecting this joyous celebration.
No, I thought I was saving the day, but I think the mistake I did is that we should tungeka tupichukuliwe South Sea or something. That's what I mean. I didn't know how most buses go work.
Would you like to talk about the journey back?
So we went all the way to River Road, man, and we were just there at night. These guys were mad. But that bus was actually a VIP bus.
No, would you guys like to talk about the journey back from coast?
Let's never talk about the journey back.
Let's just say, Shiro, when we were at the coast, you had an amazing time. Did you not? Shiro, did you not have an amazing time at the coast?
I have never forgiven you guys.
Maybe we need to appoint somebody amongst us who can be in charge of logistics.
Not me.
Not me. We will go for the most comfortable.
No,
you see the problem with Wanjiru. The problem with Wanjiru, first of all, is budget zake zokuwa over the roof. Like amechukua Emirates maze from upper to coast.
You only have business class for a 45-minute flight.
Like anaweza kusotesha hapo umetumia NSSF yako yote yenye umesave up until you're 28.
I faced the same thing getting my COVID test this time round.
Oh, you took a COVID test?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good.
Okay, where did they tell me?
Both.
They did do both. I also took the test.
I went the government route, which was like a big
she's faulting us for pandang a bus.
Because I remembered, like, at that time when I was getting that government test, I remember, because I had the option of getting a private test, which is faster.
Private, call your doctor.
No,
even
because it's faster.
First they start by even cancelling you before they even test you.
I just want to apologize. Sure, it's going to be a big intrusive.
But then the group of people who were being tested with, case in point, wanted the government route because it was free.
It's free for Gava.
Imagine.
No, because there was a close contact for somebody who'd contracted the virus. COVID. So they called the person and they were like, we can organize free testing for your contacts.
Okay, well done, Mohe. That's a good.
Yeah, that was good. In fact, I think Wanjiru.
Oh, really?
I think Wanjiru.
You know why it's important?
Until one of us lost their results. Na hadi waleo hajaipata because the sample disappeared.
Samples zao zilipotea, sasa tunatumia temperature. Ikipanda tunajua ni kubaya. Na sisi wote tuko.
No maana mmebeta thermogad.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually have a thermogad at home. Like Every time to run, okay.
Nimeona 37.2. Kaa mbali na mimi tafadhali. So, but the Ministry of Health, it was not as bad as Wanjiru is trying to say, because we had fewer people. We had like a total of 20 guys. It's just that the guy took so long to start. But
and he was rude the entire time.
Well, let's say
I've been to a government.
Yeah, like government.
And you are treated like, wow, welcome.
You know the thing is,
like one of the guys.
It's a pandemic, okay, and you're the first. You're the point between the government and the pandemic.
You are
the
the
management
of the
pandemic,
yes,
and us who are scared because already you're a close contact,
contracting.
So you're living in the fear that maybe you have the. Alafu somebody's just rude to you 24/7.
Oh yes,
she
wanna expect gava ikwambia oh itoto kuja oh you know you're going through a time.
No, it's
didn't you even hear the president alienda kwa TV akasema hii kitu kila mtu wako peke yake. Sasa ikanaga ito takarehera maema hiyo. Wow, this is the government.
Anyway,
Uhuru, the president went on TV and he said that you're now on your own.
No, it was.
So imagine.
I expected like more.
Okay, so just tell me about the experience, because that's what I'm very scared about. So
it's quick. It's very, very quick. So they take a sample alafu on whatever.
In your mouth, it's not that bad.
Yeah, this
but
is where you feel a bit
of the nozzle, because it goes all the way. Like I could feel it touching my brain and kind of destabilize it.
Because you're so often touching your brain.
That's why you become
like bro, nasikia kama songa.
Alikwambia bro, think big.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Wow, that's actually really
It's really good. It's really good.
So
yeah.
That's
you
basically.
should get a test, like just for to calm your.
I don't go to hospital unless I'm sick, you know. And then when I'm sick, when I'm in hospital, just know I'm very sick. Like I'm paralyzed.
Me too, man. I can't. But I most of the time is more go about these big diseases. But for COVID, I think there's a lot of positivity around COVID. I think you can beat it, but that doesn't mean you need to be careful.
Be careless.
Yeah, or you need to be careless because you don't know how the other person's body will handle it and how the other person's body won't handle it.
Yeah.
What about you, Nyawira? Have you even been in Nairobi?
I've been in Nairobi. Why? Because and I've been well. Everything is good on my end. Nothing much with it. Okay, well, it's been what, a month since you were last year?
Stop saying it loud.
It has been a month since you were last year.
Aki Ben misionaika uko serious. Aki Ben. Excuse. Nitie umse wa podcast. Your episode next na kamwe. Excuse. Ni huyo wa gospel. So used to this.
Excuse. But nimepata poa. Happy to see you guys. But I think this whole entire COVID thing, by virtue of extension, has just made me appreciate the fact that like this, let's not take life for granted. Yeah. Because like today, somebody has it. Hiya. Next week you hear somebody has lost someone. Yeah. So if everybody was lost their loved one in COVID, poleni sana.
Basically, what I've also heard from your long statement is that you don't have a life outside this this podcast because there's nothing exciting that you can say happened.
I've just been very busy. Like work just became. God has been so good. God has been so good. God has been. According to Wanjiru, we shall be back here with the testimony. God has just given us testimonies. It's been good. I've been working quite a bit on
things are busy.
Some good projects. I'm excited.
We're proud of you.
Thank you.
And the reason why I'm asking all this is
Ben, how have you been?
How long do you guys have? I have been well.
It's like you're
though I have been very stressed because of the podcast. I got to a point where I was like, I felt like I was giving people mediocre stuff because of the sound quality. But it's weird that I've never...
You can't tell us that after almost 6 episodes of us doing this together, Shiro. 6!
No.
Look at that.
It's weird that I've never even had the fans complain or people tell me, but your sound is bad.
Because the content is good.
Yeah, but I knew at the back of my mind that this was not the quality.
The pressure you put on yourself.
Yeah, this is not the quality that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I had to go out and buy equipment and then we had to wait for the equipment to come.
Yeah.
Once the equipment came, I had to learn how to use it. And last week we had session 1 on Tuesday. Tukashindwa kurecord. We had another one on Friday. Mpaka we even went to another county. We went to Syokimau. Maybe ni jua. Maybe ni atmosphere. Maybe uko Ukambani, Nesa. You know, I don't even know. I don't know any Kamba. I need to learn Kamba.
So where did you get your equipment from?
I got my equipment from these guys known as SD Family.
Oh, it's called SD Family.
They're called SD Family.
SD like an SD card.
We're part of the family.
The SD. I don't know, maybe sweet documents or maybe, you know.
But yeah, SD, what is SD?
Sweet decibel, sweet decision.
Or sugar. Okay, I don't know
Stop it, baby. Stop it.
Sugar ndengu. I don't know. But the SD family, guys, I'm gonna put a link on the description box below.
If you're looking for
on YouTube and also on the audio platform. So those are the guys that they gave us a very, very good deal. And if you are looking to start a podcast, I think I need to have a sit down with the guy from SD so that we can go and talk about the basics. Because now we have the mics, we have the mixer, we have all the cables necessary.
Will you do it, Ben?
What?
Will you do that sit down with the guy for SD?
Yeah,
Will you do it?
I'll do a sit down.
Are you promising us? No. And you're not lying to us now. Don't tell us because the camera is here. Will you do it?
Yeah, I always keep my word.
Aye, a month later.
Yeah, we're here.
So now at least by today, I know how to connect everything and I know how to do it. So the next
after
step
we've
now,
taken pictures of exactly
there's somebody who came. So we've just been taking pictures of the volume. Ameka wapi naka gain naka kaloka na ikango wapi to get. So that's what we've done.
Well done. That's such technical words. Low,
the low, the
gain.
mids, the high. Next ni kuingia reverb, auto tune. Huko ni kuradho deko kwenye super highway ya podcast. So next thing now is to learn how to edit so that now I can even be doing it, I'll, even if I'm alone or I'm not saying I'm going to kick you guys out. You guys won't be redundant. Msiogope that I'm being equipped and empowered that I'll kick you guys out.
What if we open?
Yeah.
Cyco podcast.
Just to irritate you.
Like she's
Cyco. Even more. And then I'll have to sue you guys. And then now it's drama. I'm going to throw in shit.
Let's talk
we break up. And then because it becomes so dramatic.
Oh my God.
That's just really intense. That wasn't in my plan. I promise. That wasn't my plan.
No, sorry.
So that's basically how my week has been. And
month,
4 weeks. 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks. But today I wanted us to have a conversation with regards to how the year has been, and we look at how far we've come, and we talk about self-care, self-love, self-compassion, taking care of yourself.
Being kind to yourself. I think
that's the word you are going.
But being kind to yourself.
That is how conversations with us are. You're fighting, you're like, what are you saying?
What's the core message?
Self-love. That's what we're calling it.
Being
kind to yourself is also known as being self-compassionate. Is it self-compassionate? Si pia nyinyi mnichangie kwani nyinyi hamjasoma? Kwani nyinyi hamjui English? Pia nyinyi changieni.
Being kind to yourself.
Being kind to yourself. I think today I wanted us to have a conversation about being kind to ourselves because 2020 has been crazy.
Yes.
It's hard, it's up, it's hard, it's low moments. But here we are at the end of it all. So that's the vibe today. So we can start by some of the major events that have taken place or that have happened in this 2020 that you guys can remember. Do you want to start with?
In our personal life?
In your personal life, out there, whatever. Do you have any major thing that has happened in your life?
I think for me, without divulging too much,
don't talk about the success of your relationship and how your boyfriend has really changed, has really grown. No. I mean, everyone can see that.
You walked right into that one. You did.
I think for me has been experiencing the pandemic and COVID a little bit close home.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's been very, very difficult.
Somebody close to you?
Yeah, very, extremely close to me. And no, I can't talk about it. It's very serious, but I can't take you serious. So
no, I'm serious. Why are you laughing?
Yeah. He's talking like Dr. Love. Someone close to you, someone close to your family.
Somebody close to you. I think it's the mic, so I feel like the need to be.
It's hilarious.
For me that's been the major. Because, and I think I was saying it to somebody that at first, COVID was just something that was in Wuhan. And then it came slowly by slowly, it started now.
Yeah.
Getting into other countries, and then now it got close to home.
Yeah.
So I think to be able to have experienced, and it wasn't like the good kind of COVID.
Yeah.
That's
bearable.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
Luckily survived, but that has been
that was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Thanks.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling right now, emotionally?
Gratitude, I think so, because we made it on the other side.
Dope, man. Dope. Yeah. Do I go first or do you go?
Just go. I'm just thinking about all this emotion.
Because Nyash is about to slam dunk this.
Nyash is about to slam dunk my highlight. What did you find?
Feel. It's weird. I think we started this year without a podcast, first of all. We started this year without...
Oh, your last podcast before this year was 0?
No. Even for everything. 0, we did this year. I started the podcast in May.
I remember.
It was this year, baby.
I started the podcast in May.
This year May.
This year May. So in January, I was thinking, what can I do for my content? Because I used to feel like
last year May.
This year May. We only like 7 months. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, we're 7 months.
In 7 months, you've done 2 seasons.
Yes, we're only 7. We're very young.
Wow,
we're growing fast. I think GMO generation grows fast. For more dad jokes, just unsubscribe. But I think starting a podcast this year was something. But then also, just before the podcast, I lost someone close to me. I lost my sister. And that was rock bottom. That was like the lowest part of my life. And also, I think also in January, do you know I dropped a song in January? It's called Go Getter. Yani you hata wewe ujui.
Go Getter is the Yes Bana cover.
No.
I will just say this.
I will tell us what Go Getter is.
I did a song with Maluda called Go Getter. We just didn't do a video, but we just did audio. So I was just comparing how my content has moved
has shifted
from that place to this place. Because at that time I think we had 7,000 subscribers.
Right
now we are approaching 29k subbies. Maze, thank you so much, man. By the way, and we always forget to tell guys to subscribe. I need you guys to subscribe for us to continue doing this. This family is growing. And when January, there's the family. I was looking at some of my goals. Juni nilizipata nimezipiga picha. Na hapo hivyo nilikuwa nimeandika by the end of the year.
You're the type to write your goals down?
Yes.
You could never guess?
And I've never seen it.
It's because I copied it from Wanjiru.
But also wait, Ben writes notes for everything. Yeah.
If I don't write it down, it's basically non-existent. So for ukweli, wacha tu nikwambie ile ukweli. Last 2019 niliona Wanjiru akiandika zake. Na by December zote zilikuwa zimecome to fruition. So I was like, maybe mimi ni zangu zote zingecome to pass.
But even the good book says write down your goals.
Yes. I write. Do you guys write down your goals?
Oh, write down your vision.
Yeah. So I wrote down that I needed 50k subbies by the end of this year. But it's one of those things that you just write for the sake of writing, but you're like, wherever it takes us.
But you're 20k shy of it.
Yeah, that's
well done.
Yeah, so all of you guys subscribe, we can get to 50k. The one that I had really.
7k in January.
Yes, right now.
30k now.
Yeah, we are almost
exponential growth.
Yeah, so there was the podcast starting. There was the. What else did we do this year? What else can I remember? Let's hear from you first of all.
So those has been the 2 major things in your life.
Yeah, starting
the
podcast
and then losing.
The high was starting it. But I also started doing it after such a low moment. Yeah.
But even when you were starting it, you were already in a very
you
were pretty dark.
Yeah, like we were just having dark times at that time. Yeah. Yeah. But then also remember,
I'll never forgive you by the for doing that. By the let me tell you,
you'll be friends forever.
He came and told me, "Nyasha, pasi tumefanya nasi." I was like, "What?"
Jojo. That's what he always says. But also it's also the year where you came onto the podcast. And everyone just wanted you. I had to we had to negotiate. Usianzishe yako boss. Utachukua hao watu wote. Kuja tu kaange hapa and then we'll do it together. And it's amazing to see how far how much you've grown, Yash. Like umetoka.
But then Yash, it's been incredible.
Literally this year ndio alikam kwa public to say.
Yeah.
And she's even doing
you've skyrocketed.
Yeah. What's the secret? What's the secret apart from paying?
She's taking it all in.
Completely. I'm actually having a picture moment.
It's like,
also, let me tell you the honest truth. I've been here before. Like, this is a deja vu. Like,
moment.
I've been in this room.
Oh, for real?
I've been here before.
Yeah.
Completely. And that's a good, I don't know why you're saying, like, it should be a good thing. It's just confusing. Well, my highlights in 2020. I think my highlights have been 2 things. One, being unafraid of myself.
Okay.
And that sounds like a very, oh my wow. But there's nothing to it by this. It's just that stepping out and doing everything. You see the way you say you write your goals?
Yeah.
Do you know I found a journal of mine I wrote in 2012?
Yeah.
8 years ago. Obama was still president.
In 2012. What else happened in 2012? What are some of the things that happened in 2012?
Okay, I'm just
the world was supposed to end. Do you remember?
Pastor George bought his last phone.
Oh yeah, Pastor George bought his last phone.
All right, fine.
Move on.
That was really funny, very smart one. And I was like, in the entry, I was highlighting the way I wanted certain things in my life. I wanted influence. I wanted to give people, share my thoughts. And so looking at that now made me realize, oh man, I'm actually living my dream.
Yeah.
You know? And it's exciting. It's exciting to have that platform. That has been a very high.
Yeah. What else?
Maybe just finding myself.
Just finding yourself.
A lot. Finding myself in my friendships, finding myself in my relationship.
What about your company? You registered this year or last year?
No, last year, November.
Last year, November.
Mm-hmm. But it's still...
It came alive this year.
Exactly.
It's true. It's true.
Also,
in fact, it came, let me tell you the honest truth, because everybody needs to know that entrepreneurs don't wake up in the morning with billions. I started the company in November 20th, 2019.
Yes.
It's only this year in October that it became exactly what it became.
Yeah.
Because every other time you have a company, it's great.
Yeah.
So now,
and even some would say yours has taken a short time because for some other people.
But you see what I'm saying is that there's activity. Not that no, I haven't.
Yeah, it's just
very
like
far.
it started.
It's coming.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
But elections are coming up. Like, would you take up a political figure to do PR for them? Just...
There's a particular political figure
do you want us to have these conversations on this platform?
Right here on this platform.
No. Let's get a brand to
Moros gongo kama ball ya rugby iende na huko hivyo. But all the best, man. I think also just the world in general human beings, I think that's that species this year has faced so much stuff. Because it's also the year when I also quit my job. I quit my job
2020?
this year. Yeah, in April.
And you've gone through the motion.
Maze nakwambia 2020 hakuna kitu hatujadu. 2020 we've done it all. And that's when now I stepped out into doing these things, and this content journey, and it's really been working. But I feel like the world and people in general, a lot of guys have faced a lot of tough times. This is also the year where I've seen so many RIPs, Maze. It's almost like it's like a usual thing. Like every day you open your TL, every day you on WhatsApp,
or something negative.
Yeah, something negative. Moi died this year, like that was such a big news, but it's almost being forgotten because of the way other things have happened, Daniel Troy, teacher at Moi. Oh, no.
But I couldn't say it on the mic. Rest in peace, Gideon Paulini sana.
But what else have I seen? A lot of guys lost their jobs.
Oh, that was painful.
A lot of guys have really lost their jobs. COVID, the shutdowns, I remember when the first time COVID was announced and people are buying stuff, man.
Yeah. Shout out to my sister Shiro. Hey, I need to buy my tissue.
What was the relationship between tissue and COVID?
Because the was going to run out. Then everybody needed it for their house. Tissue is a necessity.
It's an essential.
Yeah, but guys overbought tissues, man. It's crazy.
In fact, they bought tissue more than they did milk. Very weird.
But coming back to the being compassionate and being kind. Yeah, being kind.
Ben.
Yeah. Because Ben tuta struggle hapa kuibring
self-love.
Like, how have you been kind to yourself during these difficult moments?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to even, sometimes.
How have you been kind to yourself?
Have you been kind to yourself?
Maybe that's the first question that you should be asking.
Yeah.
Have I been kind to myself? I don't think I've been kind to myself, to be honest.
How have you not been kind to yourself? Like, what are the things that you...
Like at that time when we...
Sorry. Define being kind to yourself.
I think being kind to yourself is being easy on yourself. For example, let me put it this way. Whenever you tell me your goals or whenever you tell me your plans, and then some of those plans don't come to fruition, I never come to bash you and tell you, by the way, Nyash, itora imekosa kuenda kwa sababu hujakuwa kufanya hizi proposals ama ni kwa sababu I never do that. I'm always like, you know what?
But why are you lying to people then?
I always do that.
Stop lying.
No, I never.
You never come at someone.
Yeah, I never come at someone. But when it comes to myself, I always come at myself.
Oh, like
I'm always like, this thing just didn't go like this because you did this. This thing went
You're
like
the
this.
reason. It's
You're
your
the
fault.
reason. Yeah, it's your fault. And I really talk down I put myself, I put a lot of pressure on myself. So I don't think I can't say I've been kind to myself.
Why do you think?
Because I feel like, and that's the place that I want to get as an individual, where I'm very kind and compassionate to myself. So I'm very easy and very, like even if something doesn't work as I wanted it,
it's okay.
You're like, you know what? Tomorrow is another day. We're going to start, we're going to do it well. But Mimi... Nyawira, in fact, nimebakisha kujinunulia ile ya kujichapanga hivi.
You remember during Easter those churches in Philippines who were down in
Philippines.
Let me
That's
ask
your
you a
home country.
question.
You therapists.
Let me ask you a question. I hope this would be triggering. You've talked about your lowest moment being joy.
Yeah.
Losing joy.
Yeah.
And because you lost joy, or the period beginning the year when she was going through all that, and then her passing, of course, your life took
a dip.
Yeah. Before it took her.
Hi.
So how were you handling the fact that you could not be 100% productive? Your music was not at its best.
Oh, with joy.
When
because
that was because that was still that was the lowest moment you've described.
Yeah.
Is it triggering?
No, it's not triggering. I mean, even if it is, we have to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to address it.
I just want to create a safe space where all of you. Do you want to hold hands?
Can you bring those tissues closer, please?
I actually looked.
I think, at that point, I got to a place where I was like helpless. So you're like, you know what? We just flow with life. So where life takes us, that's where we go. So if life wants me to stall and be a broke young man, I will stall with life and be a broke young man. Because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
There's no cure. There's no cash. At that point, I was just flowing with vibes, to be honest.
And it was beyond your control. There's nothing you could have.
Because somebody was giving this example, and they were like, if you got an E in math, that was very unusual for you. So let's say for me, if you got an E in math, and then you go home, and then the first reaction for your parent is that they have to be hard on you and be tough on you.
So you carry that with
you. So
you.
you carry that also with you. But how about they also change tact and they be kind to like, Toto, I'm Abdi. How kupata A?
Why Abdi?
I don't know. Because I had a friend who's called Abdi.
How
kupata A, Toto, usijali. Next time maybe we can do better. But unajua mindset ya wazazi ama even us is that if you're kinder, unaharibu huyo mtoto. You need to be harsh. And then now when you grow up, that's the same voice you use also on yourself. You're always like, sasa hujanunua gari ama your friend amenunua gari. Sasa unaona wewe bado hujanunua. Wewe unakimbizana na Super Metro hapa hivi. The way these lines of Super Metro zoanza mapema wasa Kikuyu wasa Uthiru wasa Juja. Wewe unashinda ukijikompare, and then you're like, there's something that you're doing wrong and you need to do better. And that's so what I'm trying to say is that acts as a disservice even to you, because it also affects your esteem and how you see yourself. But nikitu ama inafanya unaishi life ya anxiety, there's a certain way your body responds whenever you are anxious, both psychologically and like biologically. Like there are some chemicals that your body releases when you're anxious that it does not release when you're happy. So if you live a life of anxiety, you're also affecting your health, because your brain, whenever you're anxious, your brain record there's trouble. So it releases some form of chemical. I mean, trust me, me see daktari. So waganga wenye wana watch na pia professional doctors who are watching. Like miti dawa. I'm sure both of them can agree. So whenever you're always constantly anxious, you're doing a disservice to yourself. So that's what that's how I've been looking at this whole self-compassion thing, this self-love thing.
Being kind
to yourself.
Yeah.
Being kind to yourself. How about you, Nyash? Have you been kind to yourself?
No. Gachugi, how has it been?
No.
I have never seen somebody who is even more harsh on themselves than Nyawira. Nyawira is hard on herself. Nyawira, hey.
No.
I'm sure that maybe you jipanish and nilisha down and I mekono juu for like 2 hours before ingia kwa bed, because haja close deal ya 2 million ilikuwa 200,000. So tell us. Ako tu hivi, Nyash nini mbaya unaomba? Hapana, huyu dem anaitwa Gachugi atanijua leo. Maybe that's that, Nyash. Tell us about it and tell us your experience.
I don't picture myself kneeling, Full. No, I'm not kind to myself. In fact, that's one of the in fact, when you told us to do that video, the first thing I told Ben was, now what's that? Surely, I'm going through so many problems. Self-compassion.
You see, it's not even a priority.
It's not. And let me tell you, it's my most destabilizing trait. That I can be very, very unkind to myself. Unkind to the level where I will muffle into different things. And this unkindness to yourself, whether it manifests in different ways.
Yeah.
Like for me, it manifests into imposter syndrome. It manifests into you know the ostrich digs its head in the hole?
Yeah.
That's in fact that's exactly how it looks like. Yeah, because I'd rather not deal, I'd rather not approach, I'd rather not confront. So it's just me and my world. Yeah. And so the voices in my head would consume me.
Do you have an example of something that you did, maybe that's a goal that you didn't attain?
Yeah.
And then you were really hard on yourself, and maybe how that has affected you. Basically, that's everything.
I'm just going to everything in my life, but I'm gonna say 2020 is not over, so I wouldn't say the goals are over yet. There's still hope. There's still time.
We still have like 3 hours left.
We're not going on holiday this time, but should I stop it?
If you want to take us on a holiday.
Plus there's a lot of lockdown. Like there's a lot of quarantine.
No, see, within the country.
Okay, so
you were telling us to go to the country by now. Last year.
But
it just becomes very unkind. And I like what you said earlier on, is that you start to realize that things you're not in control of. Now, as a person, I hate being helpless. I hate being in a place where I'm constantly stuck and I'm constantly unable to do anything. I think this last week I was talking to a therapist. It wasn't a session. We're just hanging.
Yeah.
Because this is how you get free sessions.
That's how you get free. Free product.
Hang out.
Hey, therapist Mambo Friday, Rada.
I just have a question. That's how it always started.
Yeah.
But he said something so true. He said, trauma is when your emotions are stuck.
Yeah.
And every time I think about being unkind, I keep saying that's really my trauma.
Yeah.
That the moment my emotions are stuck somewhere, I can't function anymore. So am I kind to myself? No, that doesn't exist in my world. You said that you kicked that rugby ball. I connect.
You're never kind to yourself.
No, I don't think that's my greatest attribute.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
How about you, Wanjiru? You know how I even think Wanjiru looks at her other personality when she's talking to. Anakuanga kama principal, akona lab coat na kijiti. Sasa wewe mbona hauko like this certain number of subbies? Mbona hujafanya this video? What happened to you? Wanjiru is another one, man. Do you know how many times I have to give her a pep talk telling her, by the way, you're really doing well. But she's always like, we've not...
I'm failing.
Tell us, Madam Principal.
You know, this past week, a friend of mine was unwell.
Yeah.
And so was unwell, bedridden.
Yeah.
And so I asked them, have you eaten? And they were like, no, I haven't worked today. And the Bible says, if you have not worked, you should not eat. So you'll not eat today.
That's a good way for patients to play you.
I'm like, you're sick. Yeah. And I know they were saying it jokingly, but I internalized it.
Yeah.
In the way that we have become.
Yeah. That's
such that you're so hard on yourself, even like when you're on your sick bed.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I have this 10,000 things that I need to do.
Yeah.
Like this past week, I had to take some time off.
Mm-hmm. And how easy?
But then I have killed myself.
Yeah, how?
And I'm about to bury myself.
Please let me anika Shiro. I meet Shiro in the course of her difficult week. Because this last week, a lot of times.
Yeah.
But this last week, I met her. So I asked Shiro, hey Shiro, how's everything? How are you feeling? Yes, I'm resuming work next week, like tomorrow. Yeah. I asked her resuming work. Yeah. Like I can remember, no, my channel.
Yeah.
What are you telling me? Yeah. She's smack in the middle of the heat. No, I'm resuming work. Yeah. I was so confused by that. I was actually very mad at you, but I couldn't tell you because also it was a hard week.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping those emotions. But I think it's also what Ben is saying. Like, I've grown up chasing
completely
performance and chasing excellence in every sense of the word. So you feel kind of, what do you mean you're taking a sick off?
Who are you?
What? Are you sick? Like, are you on your deathbed? But are you on your deathbed? Like, do you have oxygen on your...
are you unable?
Yeah, are you unable to do something? And even, like, it's just a flu. Or, you know, this thing that we've seen being thrown around, like, it's a pandemic. Like, there's so much trauma that's going on. Even though you haven't experienced it closely. There's so much that's happening in the world.
In the atmosphere.
In the environment. Well, not... Okay, in the atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh, you can't say environmental
Hashtag
let's go green, save the blue.
But like there's so much happening, but then you're still like, why haven't I done this? Like how lazy can you be? Like how
lazy can a human be?
Yeah, like
watch Netflix.
Imagine, and sometimes, and I began this year, I even think we did the video with you. Talking about the serenity prayer, like God.
I was actually reading it right now.
Exactly, that God grant me. Do you know the serenity?
Yeah,
the
God
serenity.
grant me the need to accept the things the way they are, and
the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change,
and the
courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
So powerful. We should print it for you. Get it for you for yours. Get it for you for yours. Please. Okay.
Yeah. Saiba yako naona inapata business.
But I think I started this year unknowingly with that guiding, and I think I mentioned it on my channel.
Yeah.
But over and over now, through this year, I've been reminded of that.
Yeah.
Prayer, that there are some things that you genuinely cannot change.
A lot of them, actually.
Yeah. Especially this year, like there was so much that you cannot change. And the ones that you can, I hope you are brave enough to do it. And I hope you are wise enough to know the difference between the things you can change and the things that you cannot change.
Yeah. One of the ways you can be kind to yourself is replace that harsh tone. Replace it with a kind tone. Try it just for a week.
What do you mean?
It's the same hair telling me the same things. I tell it now, okay.
No, yeah, but you see, there is a way you can control it. There's a way you can force it.
All right.
Or try and be more intentional. Like, tell yourself that, by the way, the thing you are trying to conquer is actually not an easy challenge to conquer. We've been taught to be so hard on ourselves that we even forget to look at the task that was ahead of us. Because you find, like, let's say for you, for example, you're beating yourself up because you're not giving people a lot of content and not giving people vibes. That comes from your soul. It comes from the inner you. So how can you even be able to give people if you yourself, you're not even in a good, happy place? So you need to look at it like, it's a two-sided. So you need to replace that voice and make it a bit more kinder.
And I envy like people like my sister. My sister is the queen of being kind to herself. She's like, oh my God, I've had a very stressful week. I'm going to take a holiday.
And she will take a holiday immediately.
With immediate effect. She was like, this week, she was like, I'm taking a week, our week off work. I'm having a very stressful time. I need time off. And you can see how that has impacted.
Yeah.
Even the quality of the work that she does after she has taken that break. Because she's able now to be 100%.
Yeah.
Is this why you really push us to holidays? Maybe this is actually
maybe and like I really envy people who are able to
run away for a few minutes.
Yeah, and actually take time off and be kind to yourself. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm dealing with a lot. I just need to unplug. Like I envy people who are able to unplug.
Yeah.
Because you can see the energy that they come back with and they feel refreshed.
Always in charges.
Yeah.
Maybe also like another thing and another reason why some people tend to be so hard on themselves is that we assume that this failure is only with you. We never assume that other people also have the same problem. We never assume that maybe there are other people who had set out some targets to achieve some targets na hawakuziachieve. By the way, ni wengi, I think I 95% of everyone. But we always assume that other people are really doing a good job planning themselves. We are the ones who
suck,
who are messing up.
Yeah.
If you and somebody put it like it's a psychological problem where it first of all takes you away from the crowd. So now you start thinking, by the way, you're in isolation. You're in isolation. Whenever now you're in isolation, that's when now depression now hits you so fast because you're taking in so many things and you think that this uniqueness in failure or not achieving what you had set out is only unique to you. Ni wewe tu unakuanga mzembe, ndio maana hukupata maths na maybe hata ukwenyu hata hakuna gift ya maths at all. You guys are just musicians or you're just good with people, man. Or English, you get, but you beat yourself up so much because you're assuming other people are never in that situation. Na feel nikanya Asha alikuja kwa hii podcast kusikiza na kutake notes so that you can go
because the problem with my head is that I'm already the cause that he said the last one for there are other people who have failed also. In my head the voice is so because they are failing does it mean that even it's okay we fail. It's okay we fail together.
That's you being unkind to yourself.
That's you being unkind to yourself.
But again, Ben asked me, are you kind to yourself? What do I say categorically?
No, but you need to change it.
I do. And let me just tell you, because I've had these people tell me this thing about kindness, because it's my personal endeavor. I've had those videos that say, another step to find your kindness is find a place of balance where you see your good more than you see your fails. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
As a person,
the
moment you put me on a place where I can see my good and my fails,
this
doesn't matter.
Like, what?
You still see your fails. To fix. Exactly.
That's actually, I wanted to ask you a question. Give me like 4 things that you know you're really good at. 4 things that Nyawira can kill them. Yani you can this one's it's a clean A that you're very good at. 4 things.
4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 things. 4 th
Unaona venye have to dig in.
Listening to people.
Yeah, listening.
I like
That's okay.
I'm good at listening to people. I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at thinking for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're good at copy?
Oh,
so you've said 3 things.
I am.
You've said 3 things.
Those are 3 things, yes.
The fourth one.
I'm trying to process it. You need to give me time.
Can you
Be
tell
kind
me?
to me?
Can you tell me 4 things that you know you're really bad at? Just start.
Okay. Do you want to do this on this platform?
Yeah.
Just
No,
do
just
it.
okay.
This is public shame.
Yeah, not necessarily.
No, guys. Hides face.
No, I want to show you something. You'll realize that the ones that you're bad, you're not good at, you'll see them so quickly.
Oh, but it's true because in my head it's been rushing through.
Because you've stored up so many of them, but the ones that you're really good at, umeziweka huko nyuma. So it's a disservice. So hata huko nyuma before you perform,
you should do that exercise at home,
by the way, tell me 4 things that you're good at and 4 things that you're not good at.
Yeah.
You realize the things that you're not good at, they come up really fast. Oh, this is the thing I'm not good at saving.
Yeah.
Do we get to typing? Oh, my pastor is not watching. You find yourself that the things that you're good at are really hidden huko chini.
At the back.
So by the time zinakuja huku mbele and they actualize, zime have to face so much opposition, you get? And that's how we sit on our best potential about ourselves.
Oh wow.
So we need
That's
to
such
start.
A powerful coach moment. Okay, I see we come at therapy.
So
Life coach.
so I think we need to start we need to start focusing on the things that we are really, really good at. And die on that hill actually. Hizi zingine, you'll motivate yourself later. Because I feel like, I don't know if it's an African problem. For those guys who are in Europe and America, Australia, the Philippines.
Bahrain.
Tell us, is the problem universal where you focus more on the things that you're not really good at, and you ignore the things that you're really good at?
Yeah. But I would like also to say, like a disclaimer, because I think people who are watching and relate with me and say, guy, even me, I'm the most unkind. But I want to say that the knowledge of you being unkind to yourself and being okay with it is a crutch. Because everywhere you go, you'd always say, but me, I'm not kind to myself. So you'd always excuse that with being hostile.
Yeah.
And let me tell you the problem with being unkind, because I'm living proof.
Yeah.
The moment you realize you're unkind to yourself, you start to see incompetence in very many people. Because you start to see...
That was my next point,
You start to see... Why couldn't you feel? Nini unafanya hapa? Ben where this makes good.
Yeah.
Sani,
Mbona hiki kibol kia purple? Angepata kalai sasa surely. Hata wewe niambie purple na blue zilipelekana wapi? Na unaona umse yenyewe ukweli ana make sense.
Hizo cables up.
Disturb sana. But also let me tell you why that's dangerous. You become... So it moves from criticizing yourself into criticizing other people.
Yes.
And let me tell you what that does, because I've seen it from myself and even from other people. The more you criticize people, your opinion becomes invalid. And that means in a moment, even though there's truth in what you're saying, it's unnecessary because you're just bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
You're toxic. You're a toxic human being.
That's the right word. You're toxic.
Yeah. And it's one of the main problems even in the world on social
Toxic.
media, especially platforms like Twitter, because it's not a Kenyan thing, it's global.
Yeah.
People are so unkind to other people.
But
the real reason is that people are so unkind to themselves.
Yeah.
If you're kind to yourself, you'll start realizing
extend
that
the
you're
kindness.
very kind to other people. You see the good in them before you see the bad.
Yeah.
So if like the whole world was so kind, if the world was kind to itself, we'll be kind to one another. But right now, people are so unkind to themselves because of also the comparison and the measures that people are using to measure everything. Social media, this one is doing this, one is doing that. So people start feeling so bad about themselves.
So what are the symptoms of being unkind? Because that one I can tell you for sure. Can I give you my blueprint? Because
Tell us.
The first one is you hate being complimented and appreciated.
Nyash kwanza, you hate
because you're
being...
unable to do it.
I don't like that
and
useless
she can't even
attention.
she can't even believe that you're saying this about her.
Absolutely. But then as I began, I said that it manifests in different things, including even at the time someone told me, oh my God, Nyashiri. I said,
you're talking to the wrong person.
Yeah.
You see? You can't take compliments.
That thing is so dangerous, Ben, because even you don't realize you've done anything good. Because in your head, you're like, make it didn't work.
Yeah.
So that one, number one.
Yeah.
So that's my first symptom.
Yeah.
Are you unable to receive compliments and to receive
You might
appreciation?
be unkind to yourself.
You might be unkind to
number
yourself.
5.
Number 2
Yeah.
is you are afraid of people giving you their opinions.
Oh.
So anytime somebody comes and says, "Yes, by the way, don't you think about this?" In your head, you start thinking, that means they're saying I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So you're always in personal doubt. Unajam tu kila
And
time.
if they say something good and one evil, you take the evil. Hiyo good unaitupa huko nje. Hiyo evil unaibeba venye mtu beba kakuota ukitoka Stanford. Unajua venye unatokanga Stanford alafu msi anakuuzia hizo t-shirt, akuuzia hizo vitu za beba 10 bob. Ni kama wanakonga kingoja fika unajua tu hauna bag. I love
strategy. But that's another symptom. The third symptom is you are constantly ashamed of your output. Means you'll never publicize yourself. You'll never put yourself in the front line.
Yeah.
And if you know Nyawira, then you know this is so true. So true of me. It's a scary thing. Because in my head, I'm like, hey, now they'll see.
You're always shrinking in your stuff.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah. Absolutely. And that makes you also not realize your true value and your true worth. So some people even die without really exploiting the full potential that God had given them. God had put such amazing stuff in people.
Feel healing?
I feel like a sense
Can you feel the healing from watching this?
That's how you should feel. That's how you should message the video. Receive your healing.
Alafu tuweke two stones hapo hivyo na kamoshi kakitoka juu. And then we call it the Asian European healing. Kina Thomas wana join huko from Crimea or Ukraine.
That's really stupid.
So that's the thing that I wanted us to talk about today. Self-love, kindness. We need to start being kind to ourselves.
Normalize being kind.
It affects our output, it affects our creativity, it affects even our health. That's why
the ability to be a good daughter, the ability to be a good wife, partner, mother.
Exactly.
It affects every sphere of your employer.
You cannot function 100% if you're not kind to yourself. That's why maugonjwa pia kama HBP they are on the
high blood pressure. Please, high blood pressure. Let's not acronym everything.
Dr. Ben.
We're not texting.
High blood pressure. Like a lot of guys are like imekuwa such a common thing even amongst young guys because of ile.
Okay, so that thing it scared me.
What?
There are many young people with high blood pressure.
I actually don't know.
And here you are being unkind to yourself.
They are.
It starts, I think, from an internal pressure.
So what actionable steps can you take to be a little bit kinder? Because I feel like Ben has mastered being kind. No, Ben at 2 p.m. he's like, oh, I'm having a difficult day. I think I'm going to just unplug from the world. I don't need to continue working.
No, I'm trying, but I don't think.
I can't.
It's because me nimekuwa, even had ulcers at some point because of kujiwekea pressure unnecessary. I had to chill life. So I think you need to change the tone that addresses yourself. The tone that you use. From today, you need to change it. Then you need to start focusing on the things that you're really good at and always compliment yourself and even reward yourself if you can. And also another thing is take rest.
I'm the queen of rewarding myself.
Even
when you don't have nothing to reward.
Yeah, she's like,
that's that difficult.
Wow.
Life is short. Anyway, get short, ujibaye kitu.
Umesikia hiyo speech ya Uhuru? Hebu acha nikajireward juu ya venye nimeisikiza nikiwa tu sawa na sija collapse you guys.
Wacha nijiward.
I'm rewarding myself.
Umeona YouTube wana celebrate sisi?
I remember on Saturday how I ended up buying this Sn2 bag. Was like I received some negative news. I was like, oh. And then I happened to be at Cyco Center. I was
why not?
Why would I take in negative news when there's something else that can make me happy? So I just entered into Sn2 and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Life is short.
I just need to...
Hata akibuy hiyo kitu wanasalimianga wote ala hivi. Alafu wanapiga kapicha hivi. Rewarding yourself. Reward yourself. Normal. And rewarding yourself also includes resting. In fact, rest is not categorized as a reward. Rest is not a reward.
It's a necessity.
Rest is a necessity. The same way you work, you need to. Even God rested, man. So the same way you work, you need to rest.
Imagine he rested for a day. After creating an entire universe.
Don't forget, a day can be 1,000 years to the Lord. So maybe he was just resting for. That's what the Bible says.
Maybe it was 1,000 years.
Maybe it was 1,000 years. You never know, man. So we need to start normalizing resting, man.
Yeah.
Take some time off because you can't be working so hard.
Don't forget.
and then you're deserving. You're doing a disservice to your body. So what's the whole point of living?
Yeah.
Why are you living? That you are trying to accumulate so much wealth. For what if you're not doing justice to your body?
Yeah.
So that's one. Change the tone that you're using. Focus on the things that you're really, really good at. Then number 3, stop removing yourself from the crowd. And from the crowd, I mean the failures that you're experiencing are the same failures other people experience. That's universal.
So I guess then share more. Find a group of people you can talk more that you can talk to more about what you're going through.
Yeah, open up.
And you'll realize you're not in
You're not
isolation.
alone. Yeah.
So talk more, I guess.
Yeah. The last point is just listen to the Cyco podcast.
Yeah.
It's good for therapy. It's good for therapy. But also, even if you're going through a hard time, I think for me, because I journaled a lot, you stop journaling your painful thoughts and start writing your gratitude.
Yeah.
You realize with time, you have so much more to be thankful for than sad for.
I never journaled.
There was a time, there was a week, it was just bad news. Bad news, bad.
Monday, 6, 8, 10.
In fact, it's Tuesday. That Friday, I said, by the way, it's enough.
Yeah.
I wrote in my journal entry that Friday was, thank you, God, for being God.
Yeah.
Na nikaenda to home. I just closed it like this. I said, sleep time.
So that's the thing, man. You need to start with these small steps.
Yeah.
Eventually, they lead up
Celebrate
to something.
yourself.
Just start small. Start small. I know we won't change in a week. We won't change maybe in a month.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time you're getting there, it will be next year in July.
Yeah.
But it has to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's where we need to start now.
Yeah.
So that's it for today, guys. Do you have something else you feel like I need to add?
No.
I need
See you next month.
Yeah.
No, see you.
For me, we're still continuing the campaign with FX Pesa. They've added us another month of November. So I'm going to be sharing the links for those guys who missed the previous webinars. Mmekuwa mkiniuliza, Ben, mambo mazee ile deni ilikuwa busy. But naweza taka kulearn about Forex. Unaweza ni show. Hiyo kitu mli record. So yes, we have 3 recorded webinars that I'm going to be sharing on a weekly basis. So for guys who are beginners, guys who are beginners and guys who want to know more about FX Pesa and Forex trading, I'm going to be sharing the link below. Then you could just click on it. It's totally free. And then you learn about Forex and how to invest your money and all that stuff. What else am I forgetting? Make sure you follow Njiru on Instagram. Nyawira Gachugi, just follow her on Twitter. Uko, she's struggling. Guy.
I have so many followers. I have almost 2,000.
You have 2,000?
Hey!
What's your punch?
We're kwendeni. Now make it, by the way, Twitter to the world.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Instagram have really done this new update that I hate. Why? I feel like Instagram I feel like Instagram is just trying to kick everyone out. Like, I don't know what's wrong with these social media sites. I don't like what the new Instagram look. I hate it.
I apologize.
I don't know, Maki. Sijui na alikwambia ilikuwa ichangiwe. Maki is my boy. Ndakutext mabadeng. Uniambie hiyo hapo niingia next niingie saini with the first Kenyan.
Pioneer. Are you on TikTok?
No, man. I didn't join TikTok.
She don't stop lying.
I was, but I couldn't keep up.
I think
I'm on Reels, but you owe me a TikTok.
Yeah.
Why don't you say so?
So apart from that, make sure you subscribe. We need to get to 30k subs. I think we can get to that by the end of this week because we're just 1,000 less. Yes. What else have I forgotten? Am I forgetting anything? Misunderstood? When are you giving us new content?
Next week.
Yeah, next week.
When this video is released, it'll be that week.
Yeah, what about you, Wanjiru?
Soon come.
But you'll be well.
Hey, I'll be using that one soon coming.
But
subscribe to Ben's platform.
Yeah,
the boy has gotten gear.
Follow.
He has joined the whole family for gear. I mean, come on, guys.
And to everyone who listens on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for guys who are listening on audio. I'm sure right now they're happy because their sound is just A1, man.
Yeah.
What else? Am I forgetting?
Please shout out to my sister Nyokabi. She's like your biggest fan.
Nyokabi, we need to have an episode.
With Nyokabi, I think you're pushing it.
I just wanted to say a big shout out to Nyokabi. Thank you so much for supporting us. Nyawira is always telling us those stories. Nyawira has told us so much about the Shiro and Nyokabi. And Mina.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I know you guys and I feel like I'm part of that whole family. So the next family gatherings pia mkiorganize. Mkwe pia mnaniuliza kama nataka tupatane Ruiru, kama nataka kupatana Juja. I've become so invested. I need the part of the Motaratara, gekao. So apart from that, thank you so much for listening in and for subscribing.
Love you.
God bless you. Have a good time. Self-love. Self-kindness, man. Start it today. It's a journey. Adios.